Hello, everyone. Jack Michaels, along with CEO and Vice Chair of Oilers Entertainment Group, Bob Nicholson. Bob, I thought I knew you. You look vaguely familiar, but for 5 weeks, no one's heard hide nor tail out of you. So what has this process been like in terms of coming to a decision to name Ken Holland General Manager of the Edmonton Oilers?
It certainly was a process. I said right from the beginning that I was going to take the time. I interviewed a lot of people. I got to talk to a lot of people in the NHL about the process, about questions I should ask, got very clear on the type of person we wanted for a general manager, and I'm so excited to make this announcement with Ken Holland.
When there's only 31 jobs in the league, that means there's a lot of qualified candidates out there. This cannot have been an easy decision. No disrespect to Ken, but there's a lot of good people out there. Why did he continue to be at the top of your list in all the categories you mentioned?
Well, I can tell you that I did interview a lot of great candidates, like a lot of people that have very good backgrounds. And Ken wasn't in the mix at the beginning. When Ken turned the reins over to Steve Yzerman, there was something that I saw, and I know Ken, and the other candidates were good, but Ken Holland, what a resume he has, and he's going to do a great job here. He'll come in as a seasoned general manager and help us right away.
So when you say he wasn't in the mix at the start, once he became in the mix, that was a guy that steadily moved up your list as the time moved on?
Yeah, certainly he did. I started to pare it down, and as I did that and Ken became interested in the job, he certainly rose to the top very quickly.
So much of the process surrounding your hiring of the general manager, who's now Ken Holland, has revolved around that word autonomy. And the perception, real or not, that would this general manager have unilateral authority to make the decisions he wanted and not be subject to some other agenda out there. Can you speak to that?
You know what, I certainly can. And, I talked about it before, and I want to be very clear that, when Ken Holland is the general manager, he'll be president and general manager. He will have final say in hockey decisions day to day. My job will be to make sure that Ken has that autonomy. I will deal with Daryl Cates. That was the way it was before. We're going to even make that more crystal clear as we go forward on, there's so much perception out there that is not true. But it's our job to clear it up and make sure that everyone understands that Ken has final say. You
mentioned Daryl Cates, the owner of the Edmonton Oilers. What role did he play in this process?
It was something that a lot of people don't understand. Daryl Cates said, Bob, go out and find the best person, someone that you're comfortable with and that you can work with. I didn't even tell Daryl Cates who I was interviewing until we got down to the final strokes. And so people say Daryl Cates meddles in all this. It's the furthest thing from the truth. Daryl's been involved in the last few days, and he's really excited that when I brought forward Ken Holland, he went, are you kidding me? Ken Holland, what he's done as general manager for the Wings, and now he's a Edmonton Oiler.
One of the questions I asked Ken was, when he inevitably runs into a season seat holder who comes at him with a barrage of questions, and I've been there with you, you can't go that far in the city without running into somebody who's saying, hey, what's the latest? So I'll ask you the same thing. What is the latest? What are you going to tell those season seat holders that you run into this summer?
You know what? We're really excited. We've got a general manager here that can come in and make a difference right away. But he's going to have to, really evaluate, first of all, the hockey operation structure. We're going to have pro scouting meetings, amateur meetings. We'll go into the draft, free agency. Ken will take his time, but I can tell you, Ken will put his mark on this hockey organization very quickly.
Bob, thanks so much for your time. And you know me, when you'll see me in Vancouver, the check is going your way, not mine.
As long as we got cold beer.